In today's episode, it has been 5 weeks since we've done our last podcast. A lot has happened. We have done many things that we want to share with you, from fixing, or not even fixing, changing our podcast room to changing and clearing out the house because we wanted to raise the vibration, and also an update on what we are wanting to achieve this year coming for 2024. Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Awaken Podcast.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to another quirky, funny, interesting, educational, enlightened podcast. I'm your host, Jayson.
I'm Alison.
And welcome back. Been a long time, Alison. It's been 5 weeks. I can't believe how fast the time has gone.
It has actually gone really quickly. Yeah, it has really gone quickly.
So we've had 5 weeks off from the podcast, but we've had 2 weeks off from our mainstream jobs.
Yep.
And I must say, it's gone bloody quick.
It has gone quick.
And we have been non-stop. It wasn't really a holiday for us.
No, not really, but it was more like a holiday where you can catch up on things that we weren't able to do throughout the year. And going back to work, a lot of people have asked me, a lot of my customers have asked me, how did I enjoy my holidays? And I just pretty much told them that we were able to catch up on things that we couldn't do. And a lot of my customers were doing the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They also felt like it was a time for them, the ones that were having like a long holiday, it was time for them to actually catch up on the things that they wanted to do.
Yeah, so I got very excited. Very, very excited. So I thought, okay, we need to spring clean this house, pull it apart, and because really it hadn't been done properly for quite a while. Not the cleaning that we did.
Yeah.
So it was a really good chance to clean, and clean.
Yeah.
And I kept on getting, prior to that the energy here wasn't very high. It was quite low because of the whole year.
Yeah.
Because we talk about time a lot these days, in 2023. And I thought, well, let's just get stuck into it. And at the same time, let's create a whole new podcast room. And I got to say, everyone, what a bloody hoo-ha. How many days did we spend just looking for chairs? Or was that over a couple of weeks?
We originally had an idea for different chairs than what we've got now, because we saw these chairs and we thought, yep, they are amazing. They swivel, they're wide, they're modern. It would be awesome to have them in here. Unfortunately, it was a little bit out of our price range, a little bit out of our budget, and we didn't really decide that we were going to get chairs until the very last minute, where we just kept looking at furniture and I'm like, no, that's it. We're getting some chairs.
Yeah, because I want to bring in the big 3-seater leather couch.
And no.
Because I love the leather chairs.
No.
I was just missing my pipe.
It's so true.
So we set up, because we bought like a rug and what else? We went to DJ City.
Yeah, so we really wanted to change up this room from what it was previously, not because we didn't love what was previous, but we just wanted to change, have a good clean out pretty much.
Yeah, and we also we would like to do personal interviews here in the space. So the couch thing wasn't going to work or fit.
No.
The room was really massive.
When we emptied everything.
I was like, wow, we've got all this extra space. And as soon as we start putting these new chairs, explain, please, how good these chairs look.
These chairs are amazing. Like the feel, the colour, the fabric is just phenomenal.
It's royal blue. For the people who are just listening, you need to give them a visual.
Oh, sorry. Yes. It is royal blue. It's more like a velvety kind of fabric. It's just so plush and it's just so comfortable. My only thing with these chairs is that my feet don't touch the ground. And this is on the lowest setting.
Yeah, they're a bit higher than the couch chairs. And it's a bit more space around us as well. So we've had to work with the cameras and just try to make it work and look as good as possible.
Yeah.
For the audio, easy peasy.
Yeah.
But for the visual video aspect of it.
But these chairs are just, I love these chairs. They're comfortable. I just can't sit cross-legged for the video anymore.
No.
And I'm going to probably need to get a footstool to just help me with my short-leggedness.
Yeah, you can't sit in a lotus position anymore.
No, I can't sit in lotus anymore. But I love the chairs anyway. And I made the decision, no, we're going to get chairs. And that was final because I just did not want to bring in the 3-seater. I did not. And that was my choice. That was my decision. And Jayson...
I was a bit sad.
Jayson had no choice in that.
I was very sad. But it wasn't going to be practical or work.
No.
Because the space isn't big enough for that.
No.
Because we're hoping... So we brought new podcast equipment from DJ City.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for all their help.
Yeah.
We brought a new Procaster 2. So we are now digital. Mm-hmm. We moved ourselves away from the Scarlett and the Apple Mac Pro. Mm-hmm. We got new microphones for guests. New headphones, new cords. Oh, the cords weren't long enough, so I had to go and buy more of those. I did that yesterday. We need 6-meter cables for everything. And new rug. We didn't need to buy new lights. We bought a new water feature.
Oh, yes. I do love my water feature.
Alison's going through a water phase at the moment, everyone.
I even have a water feature on next to my computer too.
Yep. So when she's editing, she's always zen.
Yep.
It's all about zen here, everyone. Mm-hmm. And what else did we do?
We did a lot. It was...
Heaps.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Plants,
we
bought new
rearranged
plants.
our original setting, which had a lot of... We still have the...
It's still similar where we are.
Is it black or brown?
The chest.
Yeah.
It's a dark brown.
Okay. So we still have the dark brown chest. It's still very similar. For the video portion of this, people would notice a big difference of what we have done. We have taken away the centerpiece of the plants and replaced it with the Merkaba and changed up the color a little bit because we also have in the opposite direction of where we are sitting, where the guest is going to be sitting, because we want to be doing interviews pretty much in 2024, not every week, but maybe once a week and maybe building that up as we go along. Sorry, once a month, not once a week.
Yeah, see how we go.
Yeah, once a month and see how we go, maybe build that up as we go along. And opposite us is now the whole new section for where the guest is sitting with, foliage and lighting and everything behind them as well. So things have changed slightly. Not much though.
It feels like a lot.
It does feel like a lot though.
And we spent a bit of money on the Osmo Pocket 3 for the guests.
Which is great for the healings.
Great for the healings, for the healing demos. We're trying to work out, because it's a different camera system, so the visual is a little bit different.
It's different to the Sony camera that we've got, yes.
Yeah, so we've been working on for probably 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, on how to set up the cameras, how not to see the cameras or the cameras seeing each other. We don't know how we're going to work that out yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But it's been really consistently 5 weeks of just spring cleaning the house, setting up the new podcast room, running around everywhere, buying new podcast equipment. And we had to wait for the Procaster for a couple of weeks.
The Procaster, from what I can gather at the moment with the testing that we've done, is really, really good. I really like it. I love the pretty colors. I love the sounds on there. I know all the stuff that you can do in post or post-production or post-editing. However, it's just really cool to be able to have a visual of the sounds and the waves going up and down and the buttons to do the sound effects and different voices. Like, it's really cool. Can I show people a voice?
Yeah, Alison, before you do that, so just prepare everybody. Alison wants to go through a couple of voices.
I am a little bit obsessed with these voices.
Yeah, she loves it a lot.
So this is one voice. This is a voice disguise.
This is pitch up.
This is megaphone. Megaphone! Megaphone, megaphone, megaphone.
Monster. Monster sounds a lot like voice disguise, except for it's a bit more echoey.
And there's a large robot. And small robot.
And yeah, I love them. I've been playing with them a lot.
And then we've created our own, but we'll go through later what these are.
Yeah. Keep the suspense going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we've been doing for 5 weeks. We did get some rest in. We also did the gardens and mowed lawns, which were, 10 feet high. Not quite, but it felt that way when I was mowing it. But it was great to have the 2 weeks off from work.
Yeah.
But 5 weeks off from the podcast just allowed me, because I haven't edited for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I started helping you with the YouTube videos
Yeah.
a little bit, but it was really nice to have that break.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest, I've been missing doing this for 5 weeks.
Of course, because you were doing it, well, we've both been doing it day in, day out. So it's kind of like when you do something day in, day out, and then all of a sudden you're not doing it for a bit, the routine changes. Yeah. So if you don't have that routine, then you're going to be missing it as well.
Well, no, it wasn't just the routine. It was also about just sharing our selves with the world.
But look at what we're able to accomplish in that as well in the 5 weeks. So we were able to get everything organized, and it's pretty much been 5 weeks now,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Really excited, and really excited to just send out our quirkiness out there to everyone.
Yeah.
And 5 weeks has been a while, but we really did need the break from the podcast.
Yeah, we did need the break, especially with everything that we've been doing. Yeah.
So it's been back to work I've been back to work for 2 weeks. It's been a bloody hoo-ha. And also, we're all exhausted there. And you've been back for a week because you had 2 weeks off, work for 2 days, and then had
the
3
rest
days.
of the week off. Yeah. So I've only been back for a week.
And even after a week, you're like, I'm
tired.
it feels like I've been there for a year.
Yeah, and a lot of my customers have also said the same thing as well.
And I've been talking to everyone about it because like, how you going, Jace? It's like, I'm bloody exhausted. I feel like I've been working for a year and it's only been 2 weeks. What is going on? So I was talking to a friend on the phone the other day. He's doing it really tough, and I do healing work for him on him as well. And he was discussing that the energetics or everything he is shifting. And I kept on getting in my mind like everything is like a quickening is happening.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about how we just mowed the grass, it felt like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it's already high to be mowed. It's like everything around us is speeding up.
Yeah.
And all of us humans are playing catch up. So there is definitely energy shifts going on or timeline speeding up. All that is happening because we're all feeling it, but just can't put a finger on it.
Yeah.
Until that conversation with James. Hey, I'll do a shout out, James. Hey, James, mate, how you going? We were just talking for about an hour, and he was discussing what he has heard about everything is really, really speeding up to a point where there's a lot of people that can't do the catch up vibrationally. And if you're doing it tough mentally as well, and you're really overloaded and really overwhelmed, it's like you fall behind the 8 ball, really.
Yeah, because we discussed it. It's kind of like a computer upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're working on the simulation. Everything's a simulation, and
Yeah. Even when it comes down to the body, kind of in a way, is a computer. Because if you look at it, it's like the body is the hardware and the upgrades and everything. So if time is speeding up, unfortunately, the body is like behind,
yeah,
trying to catch up to time.
and it's being really challenging.
Yeah.
I said to you the other day, if you just went to work, come home and just did nothing and watch TV, things would still be spastic fast, but not as, and you got more time to rest. But if you're people like us who are really active and doing a lot, putting a lot, jamming a lot into their lives, that's when it's like, oh, I just can't get as much done, or I'm just extra tired and things are just out of control. It's like Speedy Gonzalez on steroids.
Yeah.
And we're really trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
And I feel everybody, in a way, energetically are doing the same, not just us.
Yeah, exactly. There were a few things that needed to be removed, especially the drawers that were in here.
Oh, that's right.
I remember that as you were talking about clearing out the house.
Tell people about your creepy drawers.
Well, I didn't realize that my chest of drawers were actually creepy. I've had these chest of drawers since I was possibly 12, I think. I think 11, 12. I'm not entirely too sure.
And they're white.
They were white. When I was younger, all I wanted was a full-on white room with white everything, white furniture, you name it, everything white. And it came with one of those, what do you call the furniture pieces that you put in a bedroom that's got a mirror? I can't remember.
Is it a dressing table?
Maybe. I had one of those. I had a dressing table that was white as well. And I kept that for so long because it was extra drawer space, and I have a lot of clothes being a female. So
Can we stop you there, please, love?
yes.
So she has 1, 2,
Hold on, no. I need to stop you. Thank you very much.
3 wardrobes.
We share one wardrobe. I have one for myself, and you have one for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have
true.
3.
Oops. Oopsie. But your cupboards are chockers of
Yes,
clothing.
my cupboards are chockers. Like Jayson does have less clothing, but that is natural for majority of males to have less clothing than females.
Yeah, we're happy with 4 items. We're good to go.
Yeah, and as long as your undies. Anyway, we're off topic. I've had these drawers for a long time, and they were in the podcast room with us. They were just in the opposite corner from where we're sitting now. And because we wanted to change everything up and have people come over for interviews, we had to do a full-on clearing out of this room.
Yeah, had to take out everything.
Yeah, we took out everything. Whatever was in here, we took it out. And so those drawers went into the lounge area just to move it out of the way, because I said I was going to clear it out because I needed to throw out clothes from there, clothes that I haven't worn in years. I thought, well, it's a good opportunity. So I did that during the holidays. And I cleared everything out of there, threw all the clothes away.
4 bags.
4 bags of clothing, which is still because I tried to put it outside and then
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, and cleared out the drawers, moved it to the outside, and only then that's when I started to realize how creepy and just the energy on those drawers was not good. It was because you said that the energy that you got was a lot of childhood trauma, and that I felt it was very like sticky, sludgy energy that was in the podcast room, which I didn't realize. I didn't realize it until we moved it outside, how bad it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And there's this cupboard. I always
Drawers.
did drawers, just did my head in all the time. I could just feel like it just really anchored a crap energy wherever you put it. And it's like, well, she's not prepared to move it yet, and she doesn't want to move it. There's a block there for her wanting to move it. I just said to her, look, if you want to continue doing the podcast with interviews, you really need to
Move it out. Yeah.
And I helped you a little bit with moving some clothes out because you said there was a couple of spiders in there as well.
But I actually did it myself.
Oh, you did too.
I did do it myself. I was
That's
like,
right. Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
Yeah,
you didn't. I was like, nope, I am going to clear the whole thing by myself. Yeah.
So we finally moved it outside under cover. And then after that, would have been 5 or 10 minutes, we had a load of ravens.
That's right. That's right.
And I went, because when shit's going down here, ravens turn up.
Yeah.
And there's not just 1 or 2, usually there's a whole,
Flock of them. A murder.
A murder of them. So we had a murder of ravens pretty much as soon as we put that cupboard out. I'm like, yep, that's really not good. I had to cover it with a sheet. And then after I did that, then they moved on. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, thank F. that we got that out of here.
Yeah, like I said, I had no idea because it was me. It was, part of my life.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that because I grew up and it came with me wherever I went, I couldn't feel it because I wasn't the outside person.
No, you were attached to it.
Yeah.
I keep on getting what I'm getting now shackled to it.
Yeah.
Or shackled to that past, all those traumas, all those experiences.
Yeah.
And that part of you didn't want to let that go.
And then as soon as we moved it outside into the backyard, I was then able to, what do you call it?
Detach?
No. Yes, detach, but also, what's the thing where you remote viewing or something along those lines?
Oh, that's right. You did remote view on the house that it was in.
Yeah, and it was not good.
No.
It was not good. The stuff that was in there was not good.
No.
No.
And I did shackle removal from you. Or I got you to do shackle removal because you had like shackles.
I had
or
shackles
something.
on I had shackles.
Energetic shackles on your feet.
Yes, I had to do a shackle removal. And I'm got to remember I've got to seal that because as soon as I can still visualize what's going on. So I need, at this present moment, I can visualize what's happening in the house and it's still not good in there. So I got to seal that off
Yeah.
from my memory, from the connection.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what happened. And as soon as we cleared that out from this podcast room, everything just lightened. The energy just lightened up so much to the point now, I don't know if everyone is here that usually walks in or comes in when
It feels clearer.
it feels a lot clearer. I'm not tensing like I used to. And it could be because of those drawers. So maybe I was feeling things that I didn't want to feel from beings that I didn't want to feel from because unless everyone's not here yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you're on the money with there was a lot of attachments or energies down to entities which were attached to that cupboard. So just heads up, everyone. Walk around the house. If there's something that feels a little bit dodgy,
Yeah.
it could be a chair or a table. We've talked about,
We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel it's important because people will be doing spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Through the years of my healings, I would be advertising, come and get yourself spring clean energetically
Yeah.
for preparing for the next year.
Yeah.
Nobody's come to me this year for that, which is interesting. But it's really good to prepare yourself, let go of what doesn't serve you, let go of just the icky stuff. So it's a nice, clean, fresh canvas for the new year.
Yeah.
It's always helpful.
And also if I can put 2 cents in, if someone comes to you, whether it's a partner or a friend, and says something doesn't feel right, because that person might not feel it or might not notice it like I did because I grew up with it. It needed you and also us to do a big, massive change in this room for me to realise, oh no, something's not right with that.
And I'm also getting shown, as you say that, if you're saying to your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend,
Friends.
you need there's something not right about this. We need to move this out, and they lose their shit. That's the indicator that it needs to get out. Because I'm getting that the influence of that particular energy attached to that object is like, no, we're not going anywhere. Therefore, in a way, is able to channel through them to keep it.
Yeah, and it keeps the frequency at that same
Yes.
stalemate.
And maybe that is done on purpose to keep the energy in that space lower than not. So, because everyone I knew that when Alison took that out of here, I knew that you're going to shift and change as well. And you've done so.
It's true. I've done a bit of shifting and changing along with my eating
As
way
well.
of eating, which I don't fast anymore. Like we've discussed on fasting, I don't do that anymore because I'm now trying something different, and we will do a podcast on that later on as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else did you get?
You became lighter, and I felt like the whole house got lighter.
Yeah.
And I need to put a sheet over the cupboard outside. It's like a seal for it.
Yeah. And we need to either sell it or dispose of it or something.
Yeah, we'll get onto that too.
Yeah.
So it's been a really big, not just physical, but emotional and energetically a massive roller coaster ride for us to clean and clear and get ready for this year.
And can I also just touch on one subject? Jayson did a healing on me at the beginning of this year for Jayson Infinite Magic YouTube channel.
Yeah, so you're on the table for a healing demo.
Yeah, I was on the table for a healing demo. And prior to being on the table for a healing demo, my hormones were not good at all.
No.
I couldn't explain what was going on. I was just
a mess.
I was just not good emotionally, mentally. Things were just not good. And I feel that things started to change once we were on holidays. We did spring cleaning, or like the deep scrubbing. Not spring cleaning, it's more like a
I
deep
think
scrub.
I cleaned the floor about 4 times.
Yeah, it was a deep scrub, like real deep scrub. We moved out the drawers. We shifted everything. I changed.
Furniture, we took out furniture.
Yeah, I changed my clothing, and then you did the healing on me. And then in that healing, we discovered that the layer where the hormonal layer was all sludge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tapped into level 2. If you watch everyone, Jayson Infinite Magic with the last one,
Number 8.
number 8,
Yeah.
with Alice on the table, I went through a hormonal level 2
Yeah.
and just did a spring cleaning on that.
Yeah.
And the amount of crap and sludge and yuck, stagnant energy was amazing. And then after I did that, you felt instantly better.
Absolutely. Like, I feel so good that it was just amazing that I didn't realize that that level was so sludgy, let's just say, so bad. Yeah. And as soon as, with all the clearing that we've done, and as soon as you clear that out, and yes, I do take what we call happy tabs, but they're happy hormones, because it might just help to balance out my hormones. But even without those, I feel so much better.
And you look 100% better. It's been a big couple of weeks just prior to the 5 weeks. Really, it's been amazing.
And I think as the end of the year approaches, it's almost like the game, matrix, universe, our realm, whichever way you want to look at it, it's almost as though it starts to pull at everyone's energy. Because there's so much going on, and everyone's trying to catch up and do everything they can before Christmas, because Christmas is such a big day for everyone. It's a big thing. And I feel like everyone gets drained more so of energy. Mind you, they get a lot of energy because it's exciting, Christmas and, the end of the year. But I do feel like there's a lot of people that get drained as well.
I know for the place we work for, I think or feel that people are more excited about 2 weeks off than Christmas. Yeah. Time off. The Christmas thing is, we were talking about this the other day, and I've talked about this to other people. Christmas doesn't feel the same.
No.
Like we had a whole conversation about how things don't feel the same, and everything feels, I don't know if the word's grey or just, there's not a lot of feeling.
Yeah, because
It's a
I
lot of
used to say
things.
that everything was lacking colour.
Yeah, just things are just like, it's just another day. Where before it was exciting, there was a massive build up, but it's sort of shifting a lot.
And you're right. I feel like, especially where we work, it was more about getting 2 weeks off.
Because everybody was exhausted.
Yeah.
It's like you could just see it in everybody's face and like, I really need this time off just to sit for a moment and breathe.
Yeah. And for everyone, including my customers as well, they used it like we did to do the things that they couldn't do throughout the year.
Yes, the time thing is crazy. It really is, even though, time doesn't exist. But in this particular game scenario that we're all at in our consciousness, it is existing for us.
Well, it's interesting you say that time doesn't exist, because I also feel like time doesn't exist, especially if you don't have a clock around. If you don't have numbers attached to it, time doesn't exist, because it's just sun up, sun down. That's pretty much it.
That's true.
However, I was listening to Tom Campbell, and he was talking about that because when let's say the blink of beginning, when there's one aspect, he said the minute one became two, that's when time started to exist, because it was like that one aspect became two. So now the aspect is going, I'm over here, and now I'm over here. So he was actually saying that time does exist, but maybe not to the extent of having a number attached to it.
Okay, interesting.
So yes, the white wardrobes, or not wardrobes, the white drawers needed to move out. They needed to go for things to start shifting and changing, and to create space in this podcast room as well.
Yeah. So we don't know if we can have 4 people in here now. Definitely 3. That's workable. But the 4th, we're not quite too sure.
No.
Because of the camera angles.
Yeah.
And for an audio, yes, you could definitely do 4.
Yes, for an audio, but for a video, no. We tried. We did try. Yeah.
So maybe if we ever do have 4 people, or like us 2 and plus another 2 people, it might just need to be audio.
I was actually thinking about that. I got that while we were discussing this, that we might, if we wanted to, it might have to be just audio. We'll just have to leave that for a later stage.
Yeah. So are you happy with our space?
Love it.
Yeah, looks good.
I love our space. Yeah, I really do.
And it does feel cleaner, clearer, and it does feel like it's uplifted a lot.
Yeah.
And I love the smell of new carpet.
It doesn't smell.
I can smell the new rug.
Really?
Yeah, walk in and go, oh, I just love the smell.
I can't smell it. I don't know what it smells like.
Similar to a new car smell.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Can't stand that.
Yeah. Can we bring in the soul group?
Yeah, let's just...
And you can play with your pad.
I get to play. Hold on. No, wrong one. I was about to do time tick. I was about to go
Yeah, what do I want to use that one for?
waiting for them to come in.
Just calling in my true heart soul group that can share some information, knowledge, anything you would like to share. Wow, thank you so much for having us back. We now have our own music. We love the knock on the door. Very exciting. You both have done very well with this new space. Very exciting indeed. Your new equipment, everything is new, fresh, and well done to you, Alison, for removing that rock out of the podcast room.
That's actually a really good way of expressing it.
Anchoring the lower frequency, past events, yes, traumas from years, perhaps even eons ago of trauma, anchored into that one piece of furniture. One, well done to you for removing that and having the courage and the strength to do so, because it's not always easy when you are so attached, you have so much emotion and so much energy attached to an object that needs to be removed because it's outdated and it does not serve you anymore. It is always beneficial to move that on. But as Jayson said, when you are in it, and as you said, Alison, when you are in that energy, not outside that energy and attached to that energy, it's very challenging to move it on. And sometimes you will need some assistance and some help for that to be moved on. And welcome everyone to 2024 in your realm, your game, your planet. We are very pleased to be here again this year, and we believe it is episode 3. Is this correct, Alison?
Episode 3?
Sorry, we are glitching at the moment. Season 3.
Season 3, yes. Episode 1
Episode 1.
for season 3.
Yes, well done. It will be a very exciting time, and we are all looking forward to having new energies and people in your space and listening to what they have to say, and perhaps we can be part of that conversation here and there.
That'll be good.
So let's start with the energy shifting.
Yes, please.
Yes, things are shifting dramatically behind the scenes, more than what you realize. Yes, many of you are, if not all of you, we can say, politely, is moving very, very quickly, and you are all playing catch up. This is correct. And some of the jobs that you are both in, including the one that you are in, Jayson and Allison, is from a low frequency 3D perspective, where things are shifting to a higher realm, a higher perspective, a higher, you could say, dimensional frequency reality. That is the old paradigm that you are both working in. Very intensive time restrictions, very intensive labor. And this is going to be an outdated scenario in a short amount of time. And you will find that more and more people from this arena will be moving on to experience a lighter, less denser vibration. And this is why things are shifting in this particular job scenario that you are both in, which is very interesting because, as Jayson would say, it's old school, and it is very old school. And that's interesting. We should mention school because, in a way, this is a class. You are learning and evolving as best and as fast as you can with what's playing out here now. That is crumbling. And all that old paradigm is crumbling, including the governments, including the wars across the world. Financially, everything is crumbling because that's the old 3D, old way of doing things, and things are needing to evolve, and they are evolving, but energetically first until it does hit the physical arena. And then things will start to shift. Many are saying, as you watch your YouTube, that things will get worse before they get better. We agree with that to a certain degree, but on the other hand, if you keep in your lane, keep focusing on what you love and what you do, and step into your personal power, you may find that you will avoid a lot of that. So a tip to all your people who are listening and who are watching, keep your passion alive, keep your drive alive. Yes, you may also need to change your diet, what you intake with when it comes to food, doing an analysis on that, and a real analysis on that. And yes, Allison, we are needing to do a podcast on food once again.
It's been very interesting, but we'll talk about that in another podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Our advice to you at this time, with the energy shifting so quickly and so fast, get as much quality sleep as you can. Look after yourselves as much as you can, and ride the waves which will be coming in through 2024 the best you can. And be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. As we've said on many, many podcasts in 2023, you are all needing to support each other more and more. And this is very, very important, to share more love, more joy with each other, more laughter. And support is one of the big ones that will be needed, either if through your friends, family, or your work colleagues. It's a very important time for this to happen. Is there any questions, Allison?
Well, I have a question that is not necessarily related to what we're talking about here, but it was more like a question on how we have changed the podcast room, and especially the seating, because I'm observing Jayson sitting in a chair for the first time channeling, and I'm curious as to see how everyone is feeling about that.
The space is 100% more clearer. We are able to come through more stronger. The frequencies within the room and the frequencies with you and Jayson are a lot more refined, a lot more lighter, and also a lot more grounded as well. You've both done a fantastic job with this space, and it will be very exciting when you do have visitors, you could say, people other than yourselves, to come into your sacred space and to have a magnificent conversation about certain subjects that you would like to discuss. Is very exciting. It will be a very exciting 2024 for Phoenix Awakened podcast for you both. And you, again, we applaud you.
Thank you very much. I also do have one question of your observation. If you've been around, have you guys been around while we've been on holiday? Firstly?
Yes, indeed. We were
Okay.
actually having a little conversation here and there with Jayson as he was trying to sleep last night.
Oh,
Yes, we are always around, just observing and watching and
just seeing what's going on.
yep, because we are curious beings. You lot can be quite entertaining.
Just us two or everyone?
Yes, everyone. We are a support team, and we are here to support. Not so much in your face support, but just little bits and pieces here and there, you could say.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I have, it might be a few questions, but we'll see how it goes. Last year it felt very, looking back at it now, last year felt heavy, but it didn't seem like it was heavy. I think because we were all going through it. So for me personally, I felt it was very heavy because for whatever reason, emotionally, things were just a little bit on sketchy water, you could say. And removing the drawers, and also I actually had to put aside all my art supplies because, and I know this is going to sound funny, but I had some kind of addiction to buying art supplies. And I also get this thought on the left side of my head about artwork. And it's almost like, I don't know if it's me or if it's another being with a different agenda. And I had to put that aside. And I'm actually quite sad that I had to put that aside, that I couldn't incorporate it in what I was doing, between podcasting, editing and things. Like, I couldn't enjoy it anymore.
Well, let's start quickly with it being also a stream and keeping you preoccupied with, yes, art, creativity is magnificent, but for you, Alison, it was mumbling our words today, it was to take you out of what you need to do into, you could say, escaping from reality.
Yeah, that's
stepping
what I felt.
into the child in a way taking over, just wanting forever, infinitely, just experiencing what you were doing, art. And yes, there are, you could say, other unsavory characters that were influencing that to also, as you would call, harvest your creative energy as well. And it's taken you much strength and dedication to let go of that for the moment until you can rebalance yourself, harmonize yourself, ground yourself, and have more conscious understanding of when that comes in to deal with that or to stop doing your creative work for that moment.
Yeah, thank you for that. I just wanted to see of their perception about that as well, because everything you said is what I've been feeling as well.
Yes, indeed. It's not to say that you will never do artwork again, but you need to get a balance and a grounding within you so you can still enjoy the colour, the expression, because you work multidimensionally when it comes to your artwork, even though you do not know this or you are not conscious of this. But this is what you're tapping into. You are tapping into this abstract, multidimensional creativity, and that's that part of you that loves doing what you do. It's total freedom for you, you could say.
Yes, it's being used as a distraction, I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fortunately, unfortunately, there is many, you could say, characters behind the scenes, like you both, not to continue on with this, you could say, podcast, this format, this sharing of knowledge and wisdom, including from us, sending out, as what you would say, good vibes to everyone, because something simple as this can shift and change realities, change lives, and change people within several moments. Just simply your enjoyment and your expression of laughter and having a conversation, just that alone is a higher frequency that will go out to the airwaves and across. As we've said before, this particular podcast, and of course many others, are going out through other dimensions and other frequencies further than what you believe. And it's affecting more than you know and what you believe.
Yeah, thank you. So for anyone who feels like they're on path and they've got like a distraction or something's trying to distract them, they need to have the courage and also the mindset to just keep going, keep doing what they're doing. And if they do get distracted or feel like they're being distracted or taken off their path, then they need to somehow let that distraction go.
They may just need a break. So you've had many weeks off from doing the audio podcast.
Yes.
And now you've come back refreshed and rejuvenated and very happy to be here. As you can see with our tone and our vibration, we are very excited to be here and sharing ourselves with everyone, expressing, you could say, our podcast within your podcast to all those who are listening. So, yes, time off and just having a moment of breathing and rest and rejuvenation goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. It has helped having this time off and also getting new equipment, sussing everything out, changing things up a bit. It has given everything new, like a new energy again.
Yes, indeed. And the excitement of finding and researching new equipment and how to set up a new space, a new room. There's been so much creative energy with you both and so much excitement and fun. And that's part of the experience.
Anything that you want to share with anyone in something that we haven't discussed at the moment?
Well, as we said, in 2023 for this year, you may find you need to put on we like this expression a lot that Jayson uses, your seatbelt, your racing seatbelt at times through the year, where things will get rocky and uncertain and agendas that are working, as we've said before, working on trying to shift and change things in a negative way, a low frequency density way. The light or the awakening of the people on your planet is growing and does need to grow as you start to rethink and reprocess and reanalyze what you would like and what you do not like with what's playing out in the world, and just sending out good intentions, love, and good vibes to everyone out there. Not buying into the drama per se, into the lower density of what's playing out and would like to play out. So the more lightheartedness, the more joy and the harmony and everybody being inspired, that pushes and clears out the other density, lower frequencies. So we say keep doing this, keep pushing out there that, and also the highlight for this year for many, many people will be food. Taking note of what you're eating. The quality of food is very important. The quality food is, we will say, with your fruit and veggies, this has to be said now because this is a pathway that you and Jayson are stepping onto. For the vegetarians out there, unless you are growing that from your backyard or from a place that does not use chemicals, you'll find that most fruit and vegetables for all your vegetarians and vegans out there is corrupted. And so you need to be mindful of this too. It's all part of the energy of keeping yourselves at a higher energy as much as you can, and what you take into your body, into your avatar, will be a key to stepping into the higher frequencies with self and not being as tired, run down, or playing catch up in time. With time.
Makes a lot of sense. I have 2 more questions if that's okay.
Indeed.
My first question is, what have you guys been doing, like, because we've been on holiday and besides being, viewing us and watching us and observing us, is there anything else that you guys have been doing that you can share with everyone? in your own lives, in your own time frame?
In our reality, we simply will say this, as Jayson would, we are just a being. It's a very different arena, a very different experience. It's not a physical experience per se. Many things happen instantaneously. With our thoughts and understanding and perception, we can create this within a moment. We are not needing to worry about diet or money, exchange of currency on any level. We are not needing any of this. Everything that we are needing or needing to experience, it's mainly a thought, and it is done. In the higher realms, there is no need for any of that. So it's a very, very different experience. We have come to an understanding with Jayson, his essence, to come and support and to share our knowledge and wisdom through this platform, just to help encourage and perhaps shift people's way of perceiving things, even though at times it becomes or seems very basic information. But this is where you are all at, because Jayson was saying to us mentally a while ago, we would like more higher, more exciting information like those who channel out there. But we feel
You
that
didn't tell me that.
this is what the collective is needing at this time. And you will find that a lot of channels out there will be channeling very similar information on your personal power, shifting your energy, having your mind cleared and all that type of thing, because this is what the collective is needing.
Okay.
Until you can step into a higher frequency within yourselves, your realm, your experiences, and then more information come through. You are not always needing the Hollywood movie of galactically dramas playing out here and there. You are really needing to look and work on yourselves. Does this make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. I actually have another question. Jayson has been very curious and very not sure about how he can navigate time properly, because he always feels like he's got so much to do in such a little time. How can he balance that out within himself?
With Jayson, it's a vibrational thing, and also it's a big learning for him to work with time much better. This is not going to be a simple thing for him. But yeah, in time, he will understand and awaken that tool within himself. But at this stage, you will see him kick and scream all the way when it comes to time. Fortunately, unfortunately, what he's doing for his mainstream job, it is harvesting majority of his time, and that he knows this, yet he is there for his own personal understanding and learning, as well as helping other levels at this place, this company. And that's all we have to say on that one.
Okay.
Perhaps in the future will be more to be discussed.
At the moment, he just needs to go with what he's doing, and eventually he will be able to work with time a bit better.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. We will say this, that he's doing very well to hold and carry a much bigger load. And remember that he is also human, like all of you humans out there. It does get to you when there's a lot going on and you have a passion or desires to make it a bigger in your own lives, and to step into, say, Alison, you would love to step into what you are both doing full time and earning a living from this, therefore giving yourselves more time to do what you love. But at this time, you are needing to do what you are doing.
Okay. And my last question is there a word that you can give to people for inspiration for the year, in case of times that they might need a bit of pep me up, inspiration? Is there a word that you can share with them?
Yes, the word that we feel that you could be working on is rest.
Oh, I was not expecting that one.
So a lot of you, depending on the work and your jobs that you are doing, at times you will need just to rest. However you are needing to do this, but resting and rejuvenating will help you keep up with the vibrational shifts that are happening this year, 2024. Keep your joy, do the things that you love, of course, do everything you need to do, but just be mindful to rest and breathe. As you've noticed, Jayson is not very good at this indeed. Trying to put in a week's work into one day will get very tiresome.
Yeah, thank you for that. I was not expecting that word.
Can we ask what was the word that you would be using, Alison, for the year?
Oh, it's interesting. I had quite a few words, but the one word, for some reason, even though I was talking about inspiration, that one word kept coming into my mind is inspiration.
Indeed. Indeed. You may find it might be quite a big year compared to 2023, even though 2023 was a really big year. But the shifts are definitely happening faster and faster and more than you realize. So this is why we are using the word rest and rejuvenation in food and quality water as well, just to help with all of you to be able to work through these energy shifts which are happening, which you are all feeling on many, many levels. And one of those levels is feeling exhausted and tired.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very excited to talk to you guys in the future about my new eating and how Jayson and I are incorporating that. But I'm very excited to talk to you about that in the future, though.
Yes, indeed. There shall be another fascinating, quirky adventure with all of us. Is there anything else before we leave?
No, thank you very much.
Well, again, we send you all love and healing and good intentions with love and harmony to all of your listeners and people who are watching this for 2024. Our last message for this podcast is be kind to yourselves and be kind to each other. Blessings.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Ooh,
How was that?
that was a bit more intense.
I was not expecting them to like rush in like that when I was doing the music. Because as soon as I finished, it was like, bam, there they are. And I was like, oh, okay, was not expecting that.
Bigger energy, more intense.
And how do you feel now in the new chair doing it?
Oh, it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It was the voice thing for me because I sound different.
Yes.
With this?
Yeah. So for anyone that is listening and also watching, we used to use our laptop and the Scarlett
yeah.
and it would edit and everything was done through GarageBand. Now with the Rodecaster Pro 2, our voices sound slightly different. So it's just us. It does sound a bit strange if you're thinking about switching to a Rodecaster Pro 2, that your vocals might sound a little bit different.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments with the audio in the video, video audio, how it sounds, because we are still working on refining the sound as well.
Yeah. But what we've noticed is that even though we're talking through the mic, it sounds strange to us. When we actually listen to the recording, it sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about switching to a Rodecaster Pro 2, just be mindful that it might sound a little bit different with the headphones on. But when you start to listen to the recording in whatever editing system you're going to be using, it will actually sound better.
Yeah, well, we were told that it has to sound better because it's going direct to the unit, not going from the Scarlett to the laptop.
Yeah, it is interesting that it does sound a bit different. Well, that was a really good conversation with them.
It was very intense.
And they really enjoyed the music.
Yeah. I could get us own little special part of the show.
Because they would like really burst in as soon as I finished. I'm still looking at the roadcast. I'm still looking at the roadcaster, and as I'm sliding, fading out the music, like in they came.
Wow.
Yeah,
So yeah, how did you go? How was that?
yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of insight into things that happened in 2023 that I was able to find out. Even down to like time for you to understand timing for you and everything, down to understanding the things that I needed to give up, art, draws, things along those lines to make a shift. And surprised that the word that they left for people to just was rest.
Rest.
Yeah. Very surprised.
Rejuvenation.
Yeah. I was very surprised at that.
Because as they were discussing that, what I was getting is that in a way we are all playing catch up with the energy shifting.
Yeah.
And for that catch up, we are needing to rest more than not.
Yeah.
So it's like you need a full battery. It's like we need a full battery to be able to be able to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
You can't run. It's very hard to run on a low battery.
Yeah.
You really need a full battery now. So that's the analogy I'm also getting.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I don't know how that going to work with me and what I'm doing.
I'm not entirely too sure. That's why I asked them about time for you, because I know time is a big thing for you, especially now with things changing for you on a personal level for your job and things amping up for you there as well. Yeah. So I guess the only answer they could give was pretty much eventually in the future you'll be able to understand it.
And what's coming to mind now is that foundation there is breaking down, because that's the old paradigm.
Yeah.
Where it's just everybody has to like work, minute to minute, hard intensive labor, trying to get everything. It's like a real heavy slog, like every moment. And that's the shift that's changing.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask them into what? And
Well,
I
it's
forgot.
changing into
Something different.
okay, I'm getting, for an example, companies choosing to do 4 day a week, not 5.
Oh, okay.
So there's more rest and more time to rejuvenate,
Okay,
or more
yeah.
time to play.
Yeah.
More, because people always been looking for more work-life balance.
Yes, they always say work-life balance.
Yeah.
And
we
2
working
days
at-
a week for a weekend is not balanced anymore.
No, it's not, because everything's shifted and changing so
Yeah.
fast. It's not enough.
No.
It's like the 2 days now feels like a half a day or a day.
Yeah.
That all is. I just got shown that that's why people will continue to move on from companies who are like doing a really old hard slog. People can't even do that energetically anymore. It's just too draining.
Yeah.
So everything's shifting and going faster and evolving. All that stuff, I guess, has to break down. Because I don't feel like we are capable of doing that amount of hard slog anymore. And that's one of the reasons why AI has to come in to help carry some of that load.
But then that's going to take another turn.
I know that, but
Yeah.
because we talked about with the AI stuff, there needs to be a balance.
Yes, it does need to be
But
balanced.
with the pendulum swing, everything always moves to one side
One
too much,
extreme.
and then it comes back eventually to
Yeah.
centeredness or balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting.
So I'm getting from that also rest and balance.
Yeah. I've been very excited and happy being back and just having a chat again.
Yeah. I'm sitting here and just sitting in the new setup. It's very different, and I can feel whereas it's interesting, last year, I don't know if it was because of the setup and because of the draws, I couldn't really feel into the whole podcast area or room because I was always so tense. Now, looking at you sitting in these chairs with the headset on, the mic in front of you, I can feel the podcast. Like I can feel it.
I can still smell the new rug. I love it.
Oh, man.
What I sense or feel and in my mind's eye is I feel it's more rainbow color here now.
It felt, looking back, and everyone listening and watching probably wouldn't have noticed it. If they're tuned to that kind of frequency, they might have actually noticed it if they watch our camera or watch the video now. But if I look back on it, there was a dark spot there
Yeah.
where
I
the
know.
drawers were.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that moment, I couldn't see it.
No.
I couldn't see it. So now I have the opportunity to actually relax in this room, regardless of how many visitors we have listening to us. I can actually relax now, whereas
that's great.
before I couldn't relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing tip for everyone out there. If you got stuff that you need to move, and if you're getting intuitively like, I need to move it, or somebody's telling you need to move it. Like I've been wanting you to move that for,
Ever since we moved in here.
yeah.
I think ever since we've been together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just had to be patient and just allow that to play out. You be ready for that. I'm now looking at it, it's like, I should have just one night when you went to bed, just got rid of it. But I knew I couldn't do that because it was part of I was taking your journey or what you need to experience on you choosing to let go.
Yeah.
So I had to just leave it. But well done for doing that.
Yeah, thank you. Looking back on it now, yeah, huge. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very glad I did it.
Yeah. Well, do you want to start finishing up?
Yep.
Thank you for listening, watching, everyone. You'll see us, you'll hear us in the next one. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.